Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios London with your international news around the world in 5. Voting in a referendum on joining Russia has begun in the self-proclaimed Donetsk People's Republic in eastern Ukraine. The Russian-backed leader of the Donetsk People's Republic, Denis Pushilin, cast his ballot on Friday in Donetsk. And here the Russian-installed leader of Ukraine's Kherson region placing his vote. Taking place in 4 Ukrainian regions, largely held by Russian forces, the vote, which the West and Ukraine have condemned as a sham, will go on for 5 days and end on Tuesday, with results expected soon afterwards. Lebanon's transport minister says the bodies of 61 migrants have been found after the boat they were travelling in sank off Syria's coast. Officials said Lebanese, Syrian and Palestinian nationals, including women and children, were believed to be among the 120 to 150 people who were on board when the boat sank on Thursday. 20 survivors are being treated in a hospital in the Syrian city of Tartus. It is not clear what caused the accident. The boat is believed to have been heading to Europe when it sank. Britain's new Chancellor has unveiled the biggest package of tax cuts in 50 years as he hailed a new era for the UK economy. Kwasi Kwarteng said a major change of direction was needed to kick-start economic growth. Income tax and the stamp duty on home purchases will be cut, and planned rises in business taxes have been scrapped. But Labour said it would not solve the cost of living crisis and was a plan to reward the already wealthy.
We need a new approach for a new era, focused on growth. Our aim over the medium term is to reach a trend rate of growth of 2.5%. And our plan, Mr. Speaker, is to expand the supply side of the economy through tax incentives and reform. That is how we will deliver higher wages, greater opportunities, and crucially, Mr. Speaker, fund public services now and into the future. That is how we will compete successfully with dynamic economies around the world. And that is how, Mr. Speaker, we will turn this vicious cycle of stagnation into a virtuous cycle of growth.
The Vice President of South Sudan has expressed confidence in a peaceful, fair and credible election that will be held in 2025 in the young country while speaking during the United Nations General Assembly.
The implementation process of the revitalized peace agreement is facing numerous challenges.
Hussein Abdelbagi Akola asked the UN to consider dropping sanctions and an arms embargo currently imposed on South Sudan.
I am equally pleased to inform you that the parties to the agreement have agreed on a roadmap to complete remaining tasks in the peace agreement, which will pave way for a peaceful, fair, and credible election at the end of transitional period in 2025.
Bermudans are preparing for the onslaught of Hurricane Fiona, which has caused several deaths already and left many people sweltering without power in Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic. Fiona had maximum sustained winds of 130 miles per hour and was about 345 miles southwest of Bermuda. A hurricane warning remained in effect for all of Bermuda, home to more than 60,000 people, with the eye of the storm expected to pass just west of the country. And Egyptian authorities have reopened the historic site of the Virgin Mary's Tree in Cairo's Matira district, a spot where the Holy Family is believed to have passed during their journey to the country. The project is part of an ongoing joint effort between the Ministry of Antiquities and local development groups to renovate various historic sites that are said to have witnessed the Holy Family's journey through Egypt. The renovation of Mary's Tree site includes building new ramps for people with disabilities and adding signs and brochures in Braille for visitors with visual impairments. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.